I've got to get my throat fixed. This is driving me insane. Last night was terrible. And it's like 52 degrees in this house, so it's super cold today.
Still swelling up?
Yeah. It's staying the same, but then when I sleep and I put any pressure on it or I move or anything like that, it agitates it, and so it gets a little bit worse.
That's the weirdest thing.
But it's stuck in the mode. We thought the medication change would help, but that has not helped at all.
Have you tried an anti-inflammatory to see if that helps?
Well, he wants me just to get the MRI, but that's like 2 weeks away.
Inexpensive.
Yeah, I know. He sucks.
You know what's crazy? So I had MRI done for my shoulder surgery, and it was the highest bill that I had. It was higher than the surgeon.
Wow.
Higher than the anesthesiologist.
Good Lord.
And, of course, there was no room stay because it was just in and out kind of thing. The whole thing took 30 minutes to do.
Yeah.
But so it's like $13,000 for like an MRI. That's what they billed for, because they had to inject lidocaine in there and blah, blah, blah. Because there's a doctor that comes in, he injects lidocaine inside your shoulder so they can see the joints better in the MRI, which they don't have to do.
Neck. And
it's not painful or anything. I mean, it's a little painful, but it's not like super bad or anything.
I'll shove that needle in places he didn't know existed.
What scared me was the guy came in there and he had a really thick accent from somewhere on the continent of Africa.
Yeah, so did the lady who helped did my.
And so I look at him, he goes, he has no bedside manner whatsoever at all. It's like, you're lucky we just don't hit you in the head with a rock and then do this. And I said, hey, how's your hands? He goes, fine. I'm like, yeah, but are they steady? He goes, steady? I'm like, yeah, let me see them. He goes, he holds them out. I'm like, wait, which one are you doing it with, the right or the left? Just joking around. He had no humor. Yeah. He had no idea. I was like, oh, you're good. Your hands. And the nurse next to him she was an older gal, super sweet, and she was laughing but trying to hide it from the guy because she understood I was just goofing off. And the guy's like looking at me like, seriously, is there something wrong with my hands?
My anesthesiologist came in and she introduced herself. I'm like on the bed right before they're ready to knock me out and do all that. And there's these two nurses that are there that are part of the surgery team, and she's the anesthesiologist called me, and she's like heavy, deep South African style accent kind of thing. And she's arguing with somebody on the phone hanging over the bed, like in front of me. And the person she's arguing with is discussing whether or not she's qualified to do her job. and she's doing it as a joke. Like the whole thing is just like a big spoof.
Yeah.
And the two other nurses were just like dying laughing or whatever, because I'm just sitting there and I really didn't care, because if I die, oh, thank you God, because it'll be asleep on a hospital bed.
Yeah.
They'll sell my organs and somebody might live, somebody might, I don't know.
You'll be dead.
But
You
I'm
don't
done.
care. Yeah, you won't care.
Done with all of this. And so I really didn't care, but then they just like, yeah, she does that to everybody. She's messing around kind of thing.
The most painless way you could go.
Yeah, absolutely. That is probably
drug overdose on operating table is the best way.
Yeah, that's way easier than falling asleep in the freezing cold or something, I imagine. So
my anesthesiologist came in and he was talking about, it's like we had to put a blunted needle into the nerve of your neck. So we can't use a sharp needle because we don't want to tear that nerve and cause nerve damage. We have to use a blunted needle. I looked at him, I was like, that sounds painful. He goes, yeah, it is. He said, but you won't remember it. I was like, well, he's like, yeah, you're probably going to scream a lot. He said, but you won't remember doing it.
You're not going to be alive to do so.
He goes, have you ever had surgery before? I said, no, it's my first. He goes, oh, good. It's good to try new things. He had a sense of humor.
Get on board with that.
It must be an anesthesiologist thing. They must have like some wicked humor.
They sit there and suck on their gas all day. he knew what he was doing. I mean, like,
I was wondering what that red line around his face was. Yeah.
Well, the Japanese doctor who did my eyes, that was an absolute, it was a surgery. It was the fastest surgery in my life. It was like 30 seconds of work per eyeball. But he had he was sort of like, why are you talking to me? Like, why are you, and I'm just trying to ask him like a simple question. He's like, those are nurse things, like, don't waste my time, though, man.
Peasant question.
Yes, exactly. And I don't think people I think they just take the doctor and bow and walk out. And he just wasn't having it. He was just like, and he spoke very little broken English, but I had translators, and all that stuff too. But he wasn't having it. And he was like, you're wasting my time. Go away, white boy.
I'm going to do him wrong on purpose.
I've got my $7,000 from you. You've had your 27 seconds of surgery. Go away. The best ever.